Just undo them from here. So it just ties off to the fat part of the line.
Yep.
This thing. And then I just put a knot in it so it doesn't get all lost in the
Yeah.
thing. Are you gonna put the mast up every time you sail, or it's gonna sit somewhere like with the mast up most of the time?
I was thinking I would keep it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you sail all the time, or like how often do you go?
Maybe once a month in
Okay,
a
but
regular.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not that it's hard to get this mast up and down, but I'm not sure I would want to do it every time I sail because
It'd be nice
I
to
mean,
leave it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because it takes, I don't know, it takes 10, 15 minutes to do total.
I
don't know, I wouldn't want to do it if I was sailing every day. I wouldn't want to do it, but if it's once a month, yeah.
If I could find some place near the shore, like in Mystic or somewhere along the coast there, that I could just leave the boat and the mast up, that'd be great. But I don't have any idea.
It's hard to find a marina that will let you do it. Believe me, because I've looked for a long time for the Hobies. Ideally, I would like to keep a Hobie in a marina with the mast up.
Yeah.
And just wheel it into the water.
Right.
But all the marinas are like, well, we got rid of our ramp 10 years ago, and now it's all, you got to pay to have it like put in the big, giant hydraulic sling.
Oh,
and that's how they put the boats in now. Most of these marinas don't even have ramps anymore.
Oh, no
They
kidding.
got rid of all their ramps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez, that stinks.
I know. Anyway, so once these trapeze lines are free, these at this point, this isn't really doing much of anything. So these are just pop out like that.
Yep.
It's just a pin. So that one's now free. Trying to remember the sequence I do this in. I don't think it particularly matters a lot which sequence you do it in. So normally what I would do is I would make sure at least one whole side is free, and it should be the side where you're going to roll the boat. So
Okay.
The way that I found easiest to do this whole operation is to actually roll the boat on its side.
Oh, okay.
Because the boat's light enough, I wouldn't try this with a heavy boat, but this thing that he invented or created makes it pretty easy. So I'll just slide that in as far as it'll go. I guess I wouldn't do this on concrete, or if you're going to do it on concrete, maybe use something like this to roll onto.
Yep.
I usually do it where I sail. I either do it on the sand or on grass, and then what you do is roll it. And roll obviously toward the side where you freed up the
Yeah.
lines. So it's pretty easy to roll. And then once it's rolled,
Wow.
normally you wouldn't have a bench there. that worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Let me show you one thing too. All right, I guess I already did that. I was going to say there's a see this screw here. There's a screw that holds each of these spreaders in.
Yeah.
And on this side, I put one in, but it's probably not tightened up the way it should be. This screw.
Yeah.
So you might want to take a look at that screw for that spreader.
Oh, okay.
It's just a screw and a bolt, but
Yeah,
I put it on kind of loosely because I thought it was okay for the time being.
Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah. So then what I would do is see this doesn't look very important, but it is very important.
Yeah.
When the mast is put into the box, this is probably bearing most of the force of keeping the mast in the box.
Yeah.
So I would not recommend sailing without this thing attached.
Okay.
It looks like it's nothing and you don't need it, but it's very it's a pretty heavy duty they call this material Dyneema.
Yeah.
It's super strong. It's like strong as steel.
Wow.
And you can see that this adjusts a little bit.
Yeah.
You can pull it out and adjust it, but the way I've got it set right now is the length. It should be, when it's all tightened up, this thing should be like pretty tight.
Taut. Yeah.
Yeah, it's taut. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, and then I just leave it, hanging there like that. This is actually from a different boat, I think. It doesn't. You can have it, but
No.
it doesn't do anything. It was just sitting there. So, all right. So now, the only thing holding the mast on at this point is the side stay
Yep.
and the forestay. So the next thing I would do is just take the see this line.
Yeah.
What I typically do is once right now it's set to fit like the length. I've gone back and forth to make the length proper
Yeah.
to fit this, but when you put it up, it's either a little too light, a little too tight, or a little too loose. All you do is when the boat's all assembled, you just undo this and then really tighten this down so that it's like more taut than
Okay.
that. But
Yeah.
right now I've got it at the right length and it works fine. But over time, like if it loosens up, just retie this gray line by going back and forth and keeping it like a tight. It might want to come like a millimeter this way or a millimeter that way, but it's just done by adjusting this back and forth kind of scenario.
Is that a special kind of knot that you've tied there?
It's just a rolling half hitch, I think they call it.
Okay.
Where it rolls and you tie it, and it rolls and you go through and tie it. It's just
Okay.
kind of like the way you would tie a noose or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's pretty basically just looping around the coil,
Yep.
and then the last one kind of goes through and onto itself like that.
Okay.
It just goes through the loop.
Yeah.
It's like the last one that holds it all together.
Nice.
Anyways, there's a bunch of sites about sailing knots, and
This is serious.
this one's a pretty basic one though.
Right.
So now the only thing holding it on is this one pin. If I pop this pin out, everything's going to be kind of loosey-goosey. So what I would do normally is either I would hold it as best I could while I do this, or if I had a crew, I would put someone on the other side of the boat just to hold the boat from falling in either direction, because this is the only thing really holding this triangle
No
together.
kidding. Okay.
So you'll see when I unpop it. All right, so now there's nothing holding this.
Yeah.
Literally like nothing holding.
So you can pull the mast out.
Yeah. So if you take a look down in there, you'll see how the bottom, the silver goes to the silver part here, goes through here.
Yeah.
You'll see that this is kind of like a box that it sits in. That longish piece
Yeah.
forms like a box that it sits in. So, see?
Yeah.
So there's like a ridge here. See
Yeah.
this ridge?
Oh yeah.
That fits in that ridge.
Okay.
So if you end up trying to raise the mast and it's not in that ridge, like if this ridge is out here,
Yeah.
the whole mast is going to be crooked and unstable. So it has to go back into that ridge. And in order to do that, you would have to have
Somebody lift.
probably someone lift the head of the mast a little bit and then you can just direct them and say, oh, go up a little bit, and then
Yeah.
and then to get the whole thing back up, you just reverse the procedure. Like I would clip this on, clip that on, at least one whole side I would clip on, then rotate it back up,
Yep.
and then finish off when it's up. You could just clip on the other side.
Okay.
So,
Amazing.
but once it's seated in that box,
Yeah.
it's really not going to fall.
Okay.
And if you have someone like walk the mast up as someone else lowers the boat down, it's not going to go anywhere, especially if it's clipped in at least one or two places like here.
Yeah.
It can't like fall backwards on you or anything because it's in that box.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important to get it in that box. So
Here. Yeah. I'll grab the.
yeah, if you can just pull that end out a little
Oh,
bit.
that's really light. Jeez. This is actually lighter than the one I use.
So you see this box here?
Yeah.
Everything, including these lines at the bottom, get fed into that box. So basically all of your control lines that are coming off of these pulleys,
Yeah.
they want to come out of those pulleys, so they have to go in that box.
Okay.
And obviously the pulleys face to the back of the boat. I mean, don't raise the mast backwards like with this
Yeah.
stuff in the front. That
Yeah.
stuff faces back. Otherwise, well, obviously the track for the mainsail has to be facing backwards.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's no way to get the
That's right.
yeah. Anyway, so once that's done, I would just, like if you're gonna trailer it, I would just roll it back onto this box. Catches it. I call it the catcher thing. So it just rolls back on that. Normally I would have it positioned more toward the middle of the boat to catch it.
Yeah. Okay, so does this divide in half so that, or no? Is there a way to?
Oh no, it's all one piece. Yeah, it's all one piece, which
Ooh.
is why I want to put. I'm gonna just put an upright thing here.
Yeah.
So that
It'll go at an
it'll
angle.
ride up over your car like they do. See on the Hobie, the
Yes.
mast rides up
Yeah.
on a pole.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
gonna want to do that, and if you want to, you could go to like a marine store will sell those upright posts, but they're probably like $500 or something stupid. I think for the weight of that, all you need is a piece of lumber.
Okay.
I think is perfectly
Thank
fine.
you.
Because most of the weight anyway rides on the boat, and that upright part is really just kind of keeping it from falling onto your truck.
Okay.